Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode, we're going to be doing an in-depth room tour guide new for 2025. I got to clean up a couple things here behind me. We were repotting some plants and readjusting a few things over here. So I'll be going over some of the plants we got in here, showing you guys all the snakes in the room for 2025. If you guys noticed, I got my new Death Daddy merch. Just got in last week from Teespring. If you guys like the merch, you guys like the design, you want to get something for yourself, follow the link in the description down below. We have hoodies. We got women's hoodies, men's hoodies, tank tops, short sleeves, long sleeves, a new all over print, which I'm still waiting on that to come in. I ordered some samples, but sometimes Teespring is not the fastest with their printing and shipping. We also got crop top t-shirts and hoodies for the ladies. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get some of this stuff cleaned up real quick. I'm going to get the floor mopped up, and then I'll be back here and we'll start looking at some snakes. Here's a quick overview of how the room is looking in early 2025, January 2025. I kind of started keeping my cart over here because I had it all here with a bunch of stuff, and I just didn't like the way it looked. As soon as you walked in the room, you just saw this like utility cart, and it just kind of looked bad. Now you get to see all this like really nice greenery, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I've been keeping the cart over here. Still have the Western Diamondbacks in this enclosure. We'll get into them here soon. Got my Snakes of Pennsylvania poster from, I don't even know how long it's been. It was in my cabin. I took it out of my cabin because the cabin was starting to get some mold and some mice issues. But this has been in my cabin since I can remember, and the first time I ever went up there was in 1995 or 94. So yeah, it's really old. Anyways, then we got some of the stuff over here. I got all these new hatchling tubs available because our Crebo is getting ready to lay eggs. If you guys didn't know, this is a humid hide / lay box that we built for her on one of the most recent videos I posted, and she's kind of back here. We'll look at her in a minute. And then over here, big old mama Eastern Diamondback is getting ready to give birth, hopefully any day. You guys can see she is just like busting. But yeah, so we got the all the hatchling tubs ready for that when they come. Hopefully there's not more than 20, but actually hopefully there is more than 20 and I have to go out and buy more tubs. That would be cool. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling. I'm gonna go ahead and sweep this floor up, and then we'll be right back and we'll get into looking at some snakes. All right, everybody, so this here is kind of what I gotta clean up before we get into some snakes. We have my leopard gecko, one of my leopard geckos in this tote as sort of a hospital / quarantine tank. We were in the process of trying to build a really large community enclosure for some leopard geckos, and they did not get along, and so we had to quarantine him here and just treat for a minor cut that he received from one of the leopard geckos. Don't worry, he is absolutely fine. Learned my lesson there. This is just another example of one of those things I always say. Do more research than just talking to a couple of people, because I talked to a couple people who say that they keep leopard geckos in a very large 4x2 community tank and they have no problems. So I thought that would be a really cool thing to do down here in this community tank. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Not all leopard geckos are going to get along. So I would highly recommend against not doing that. Yeah, don't put leopard geckos together. Anyways, so what we got to do is I got to clean up some of the stuff on the floor over here. We repotted some of the plants. Some of the plants, like this one up here, looks really sad. They were in another part of the house that just didn't get as much sun and all that. So we repotted everything, moved stuff out here. This was a monstera cutting that I was propagating. We potted that. And then actually at the local Lowe's, we found this really nice monstera Thai constellation, which has been like a dream plant for me for many years. So anyways, we're gonna clean this area up and then we'll get into talking to. All right, this is kind of before I'm done cleaning. I'm gonna dump the bowl out here. But she's almost never out, just chilling. So I wanted to kind of show you guys our female Dumerose boa. We've had her for about a year now. She is, you know, seems to be she's kind of twitchy. See if she'll be all right with us taking her out. Yeah, she's a really, really, really chill snake. And this snake, I mean, dude, just look at you guys never had a Dumerose before. This is my first Dumerose, which is, you know, they're my favorite boa species on the planet. And then, yeah, they're my favorite boa species. I've had tons of boas before. This is the first time I've ever had a Dumerose. I don't really have a good reason for that. I just never really had one before. And then when I was looking when I got a bunch of new enclosures and I was looking to upgrade, this was one of the snakes on that list, and we got her. She's got a lot of, like, right there in the middle of her back, you can see in these saddles here. I don't know if it's gonna, how well this will pick it up. But these here in the sun turn like a peachish pinkish color, and they're just really, really cool. Anyways, we'll put her back and let her do her thing. Yeah, she usually stays, she loves to dig all up in this substrate that I made here, which is like cocoa fiber, peat moss, sphagnum moss, cocoa core. What else is in there? Oh, topsoil, leaves, stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna set this side, and actually gotta wipe this bowl out. This bowl's, she likes to, in the middle of the night, she'll come in here and crawl in this thing and do all sorts of stuff. So this is how if there's no poop or pee in the water, this is how I get rid of water. Keep plants. And then we'll come on over here, get a paper towel. And, you know, I got to set my phone down to do this. We'll be back with the rest of the tour. And now we're nice and clean. So, yeah, I'm gonna go back to getting everything cleaned up here. Before this was all, you know, before I started the tour. I'm in the middle of sweeping and cleaning everything up. So just wanted to show you guys her real quick before she disappeared back into the leaves, never to be seen from again. But yeah, this is a Dumerose boa. Anyways, we'll be right back. Well, we just got done sweeping, and this here is kind of what a week's worth of floor dirt looks like in my snake room. So for those of you guys who aren't mopping and sweeping your rooms regularly, this tiny little room here, well, I mean, it's not too tiny, I guess, but this average size room, this is the amount of filth that is, like, from a week or so, just, you know, normal maintenance and stuff like that. So clean your rooms, clean your rooms, clean your rooms. Let's be cleaner. Yeah, I'm kind of like a big clean freak. So not always, but I you know, I'll have my lazy days where I get kind of lazy about stuff, but then I'll have a big day where I'll just clean a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I generally don't let things get very dirty. So yeah, anyways, that's for dirt. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this, but everybody likes to see the raw, real material and kind of the unedited, just normal day-to-day stuff. So that's kind of what I've been showing you guys. Also, you know, that's what I like making too. I don't know, I'm not gonna bash anybody, but some of these guys who make videos and stuff who are just like acting all crazy and animated, and they act, you know, I've met quite a few of these people in person, and there's a lot of them that act extremely different in person than they do on camera, and that's not me. I mean, you know, I can be a little bit, I don't know, more energetic and stuff in person. You know, if you get me all hyped up, like, that's one thing, but you're never going to see me change who I am and the way I act for YouTube videos. Never. I'd much rather give you guys real, just me. And if you guys like that, that's cool. If not, then, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm me, and I'm not going to change for anyone. So anyways, yeah, enough rambling. I'm going to finish getting this stuff swept up, and we'll get right into the snakes, because that's what you guys are here for, and I've been rambling way too long. All right, everyone, we got the room cleaned up. I got my coffee here. Nothing says American Core like a orange Yeti cup covered in stickers with some homemade iced coffee in it. Anyways, we're going to start up here. Up here in this enclosure, we have, our forest cobra. I'm just kidding. It's a black-tailed crebo. This is our male black-tailed crebo. He's about a year old, I think. We got him from our buddy named Jay Jacoby. I think that's how you say his last name, Jacoby. Anyways, Jay, he's a crebo / Trimarchon breeder, and I think he's out of Jersey, but, you know, we always see him at the PA reptile shows. I'll go ahead and grab out this shed. He had a pretty nice shed the other day. He usually sheds in about 3 chunks like this, so that's cool. Yeah, that is Griffith. We named him Griffith after Griffith from the Guts anime. So that's what we got up here. Close him up. Down here is Slan. Slan is our female Xanthic black-tailed crebo. She's back here. See if you can see her. We won't bother her too much. She is getting ready. We won't bother her too much. She's in there chilling. I will post a picture of her right here. But anyways, she is getting ready to lay eggs. Hopefully within the next week to 3 weeks. We made a nice humid hide for her in here to lay her eggs in. So that's why, actually, this log here is generally in this corner. But for her to lay her eggs, we want her to have a nice moist, like, not moist, but like more of a humid area for her to do that. It's nice and secure. That would then be easy for us to work with. And actually, to be honest with you, now that it's like it's winter, it's a little drier out here than I would like. I think we're at like right around 40% humidity today. Let me see. Yeah, we're 43% humidity today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up making a couple more of these humid hides for the crebos and the boa. Everybody else is pretty good, but they all have perfect sheds. Like this yellowtail crebo down here that we're about to get into, she literally just had a beautiful shed. And, you know, actually part of it's up in the box there. But yeah, so she's shedding fine, but I just want to offer it to them for the winter just in case they would like extra. But she's over here. She's probably gonna run when I get this open, but she's right there. If you can see her. Let's see if I can get her to, oh yeah, she's about to move here. There she goes. That is our female yellowtail Crebo. We named her Bulma. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a pretty big Dragon Ball Z fan. You know, I've got a Dragon Ball Z entire sleeve tattoo going on here, but yeah, so she's Bulma because of, you know, the yellow tail. And we named our male yellowtail Crebo, we named him Vegeta. So I just figured it was fitting, Vegeta and Bulma, since they're a couple in the anime, if you guys know anything about that. But anyways, yeah, so this is our yellowtail Crebo, 8-foot enclosure here, another 8-foot enclosure here for our xanthic female, blacktail Crebo. So 4x18, 4x2x18 for the male blacktail Crebo. And then down here is our Southern Pacific rattlesnake, who loves to sit up in this corner. I'll see if I can get a good picture of him, good video of him. Yeah, there he is. This is our, I do believe he's a male Southern Pacific rattlesnake, chilling up in there, kind of just doing his thing. These snakes are really cool, man. He's usually, like, he spends almost all of his time way back in there, or sometimes he'll be curled up here. He hardly ever goes over here, which is funny because if I were to get my temperature gun out, over here is like 2 degrees warmer. This is like 70 degrees right now. This is like 72. And he likes the rattlesnakes, man. I'm finding that the rattlesnakes, especially in the winter months, like the North American winter months, or Northern Hemisphere, I should probably say, the winter months, the rattlesnakes, man, they're always like sitting kind of where it's cool. They don't ever use hot spots. They just sit where it's cool. Up here is a copperhead. Let's see, oh, this is a she, I'm sorry. She actually has given birth for me before. I've bred her. That is our copperhead. Yeah, that's about that. It's copperhead. All right, let me get this lock back on here. I'm trying to multitask here. Down here is our big black phase male timber rattlesnake. Everybody loves this snake. You can really get a nice close-up of him now. I'm not going to open the door because he's obviously right there, and I don't feel like getting bit. Even though this snake is pretty calm in his temperament, as you can see, he's not even rattling or anything. Oh, looks like we do have a urate right here I need to come get. So we'll take care of that when we're done with the video here. Yeah, there we go. That's a real nice close-up. These black timber rattlesnakes, man, are just so beautiful. I even have, there's been a couple people that messaged me that want to get the snake tattooed on them, which is like a big honor. That's like really cool to me. But yeah, so he is going to be the father of our bat wings as soon as the female Eastern Diamondback lays her eggs. Or not lays her eggs, I'm sorry, gives birth to her litter. Sorry, it's still early, and I'm just now starting to drink my coffee, so please bear with me. I will probably make mistakes. That is fine. Anyways, up here is our Oklahoma locality canebrake that my buddy found in a woman's bathroom in her trailer out in Oklahoma and then brought it to me. So thank you, Anthony. Well, it went from Anthony to my friend named Paul, and then Paul gave him to me for $100. And yeah, that's the canebrake. This thing has like really, really cool tans and peaches and pinks on it, especially when it's sitting out in the sun. But yeah, rattlesnakes like to sit up on logs. If you didn't know, now you know. Nice clean water bowls. Down here is the South American rattlesnake, our Curtilis dorissus, kind of all tucked up. This snake literally loves this spot right here. 98% of the time, this snake is right here, or it'll be over here, and then sometimes it's climbing up this branch. But I don't think I've ever seen it on this back log, even though it has like a nice, pretty big flat ledge to sit on back there. He is literally always right here. And I don't know how well you can see the colors. See if I can get this to lighten up. Brighten up a little bit. See how it's like, it's almost like a tan. It's like a tannish, reddish color. Brownish or reddish color in there. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, this snake is, I love this snake, man. Probably one of my favorites. They have a really, really sharp, like they're almost triangular shaped. I don't know if you can see how, yeah, there you go. You can see how like triangular shaped their spine and stuff is. And they have these really heavy keeled scales. And when you touch it, man, these things literally feel like armor, like spikes. Not quite as, not nearly as prevalent as like a Bushmaster or something, but I mean, they're definitely more keeled than like your cottonmouth, which a lot of people from, you know, the South will know. Cottonmouths have pretty keeled scales. Down here is our, let's see, I'll scoot back here a little bit and then zoom in. This here is our albino eastern diamondback, female. She's really pretty, sitting in there. But we're not gonna really go putting our hands in there or anything, but like we're, you know, see, we're far enough back. She can't get anywhere near us, but yeah, I just want to show you guys her. It's our female eastern diamondback. So we'll go ahead and close this up. This snake is, honestly, I'm kind of surprised it's out right now. This snake is usually all up in this fake fern bush here that I have. Or it's like curled up like right in here. It loves like this rock it'll sit on. But yeah. And then, you know, a lot of times actually the snake is like laying across this log, which is really cool. And then down here, this is our, let me actually open this since he's way over there. This is our tree viper rattlesnake, who is like almost 100% of the time laying up on this branch. And like, I don't know, see if you can see over here. Oh, yeah, there he is. There's the rest of them right up there. But this snake is another timber rattlesnake. This is a yellow phase. See if I can, there we go. But yeah, this snake is like legit always up in this tree branch. So for people who say that snakes don't like enrichment and don't like to climb and don't like to utilize a naturalistic environment, well, you're wrong. So they do. If you give snakes a natural environment and things to use, they're going to use it, period. I mean, this snake, I could probably easily just keep this snake. I mean, this snake doesn't even have the most intense enclosure. I mean, it's got a nice spot back here. It can curl up. It's got this branch to go up, some other branches, but this is a pretty basic enclosure. And I see a lot of people keep their snakes way more basic than this. And it's, I mean, I don't like it at all. I don't agree with it. Like just keeping your snake in nothing but with a bowl, a hide, and cypress mulch, and that's it. And it's like, all right, dude, look, your snake looks like it's on a playground. You know, it looks like there should be a swing set or something over here. But anyways, I digress. I'm not going to tell people what to do with their stuff, but it's just how I do it. Here is our cottonmouth showing himself off, finally. This snake also, funny enough, this snake also is usually up in this branch system here. This snake is hardly ever on the ground. Or he's in this water bowl, which is like pretty massive because cottonmouths will really like, cottonmouths are an aquatic or semi-aquatic species of snake. So, yeah, they like getting up in the water bowl and swimming around and stuff. But this snake is like legitimately up on this branch almost all of the time. So, if you give your snake stuff, and again, this is another, like, this enclosure is really basic. It's just a couple of branches, some substrate, some leaf litter for them to go up in, and then a bowl. But like, this is still more in depth than what a lot of people give their snakes. So yeah, he is actually going to be getting an upgrade, not in cage size. The cage size is perfectly fine for him. This is a 4 foot by 3 foot. You know, it's a pretty big enclosure. But we are going to be breaking down actually almost this entire wall of enclosures and re-siliconing things, adding new substrate, thicker substrate, and redoing a lot of the decor in there because I'm just getting bored with it, and I want to do better for my animals, so that's what we're going to do. Anyways, up here is our female Eastern Diamondback who's getting ready to lay her young, give birth, I guess would be a better way to say that. Give birth to her young, which are going to be hybrid rattlesnakes with this black rattlesnake as the father. It's the world's first that we can find hybrid of the batwing rattlesnake made with a black-faced Eastern Diamondback, or I'm sorry, a black-faced timber rattlesnake. I'm sorry, that I twist that all up. People make batwings all the time. Now, batwing rattlesnake is a hybrid between an Eastern Diamondback and a canebrake. Generally, that is what people do. Now, if you didn't know, the timber rattlesnake and the canebrake rattlesnake are technically the same species, according to science. They have the same DNA. Their geographic range is different. Their prey items are different. Their habitat is different. Even their venom components are different. Obviously, their appearance is different, but genetically, they're the exact same species. So, you know, just like human beings are the same species, even though we can look very different depending on where we're at in the world, that's kind of the same deal with these guys. They're the same species. Anyways, people make a batwing rattlesnake, which is a hybrid between the Eastern Diamondback here and the canebrake, and it makes like a super rattlesnake basically. They're big. Some of them get bigger than Eastern Diamondbacks. You know, not all of them, but there's some pictures of some online. I'm sure you've seen. If you Google batwing rattlesnake, you will see. However, there is one guy that I know that is bred or has a batwing rattlesnake that was made with a mountain timber, which it could be a yellow phase. Nobody really knows what the parent was. I've reached out. Other people have reached out. We can't really find any confirmation. So from the people I've talked to in the circles that I am in, this is going to be the first ever confirmed pairing of an Eastern Diamondback female and a black phase mountain timber rattlesnake male to make black phase batwings, which we are going to call blackwings. Now, some people have said in the comments, oh, it's the same snake species. You can't change the name. It's a batwing. Well, just because a ball python has 100 different morphs and you call them different things doesn't mean that it's a different species. So this is basically, I'm not saying that this is a morph, but this is a different variation of what has been done before. Hence, this is a black snake, black wings. I'm not trying to say it's a new species. I'm not trying to say it's some special color morph. We don't know. The black pigmentation really might show through. We don't know. We have no idea what these snakes are going to look like. However, just to differentiate them and to let people know what it is, they're being called black wings. So if that offends you, I'm sorry. Deal with it. That's what I'm doing. I'm the one that bred them. I'm the one that is creating these, so I'm naming them. Also, props to my buddy Alexander England for helping me come up with the name. I was going to do dark wings, and he was like, oh, no, dude, black wings. I was like, oh, yeah, man, black wings, definitely. So, yeah, black wings. That's what it's going to be. Anyways, moving on. Up here is our male Eastern Diamondback that we got a little over a year ago, who was captive bred. This snake is like a much lighter version of an Eastern Diamondback than this one down here, as you can see. These are both, actually, it's funny, most people's Eastern Diamondbacks that they have in their collections are all wild caught. This is captive born and bred. Got this from a buddy who got it from a reptile facility who bred it, and she is about 6 years old now. Obviously, the albino is not wild caught. That is captive bred. And then this guy here is also captive born and bred. So all of my Eastern Diamondbacks are captive born and bred. I have 0 wild caught Eastern Diamondbacks in my collection. However, Eastern Diamondbacks are my favorite rattlesnake, period. And I plan on getting at least one more. I would like to get another female. You know, maybe more. We'll see. So if, you know, I ever happen to find someone who has a wild caught female, I will gladly take it or buy it from them, whatever. Anyways, moving on. That's our male Eastern Diamondback. Up here is our, I got a ring light in here. There's a tripod in there. This tote here is filled with a bunch of fake plants. These are some old totes that I used to use for water bowls for the Crebos until I switched over to the black ones because I think they look better. My sprayer is in here. There's some different substrates mixes up in here. Down here is my holding container for venomous snakes. And actually, I put my Crebos in here when I'm changing out their bedding and updating their enclosure too. So yeah, I use that. I use a clear bin because that way I can always see where the snake's at. I never have any question on where its head is, what body posture it's in. I can kind of tell how relaxed the snake is or how tense the snake is just by looking in there. And then underneath is just some potting mix because I needed a container to mix up potting soil in because I was replanting plants. Got my space heater over here. And here is just a 75-gallon aquarium that is basically used to increase humidity in the room. And I have a white crayfish in here. I don't know if you can see him wherever. He's somewhere in here. He or she, I don't really know. There is a white crayfish in here somewhere. I can't really see him right now. This thing, he like blends in pretty well sometimes, but he's probably behind these rocks. Anyways, and then some minnows because, yeah. And generally what I'll do is I'll take water out of here to water all my plants because this is kind of like an established aquarium and it's got a lot of beneficial like nitrates and nutrients and stuff in the water. So I live on a well, so I don't really have to worry about chlorine. So I'll just fill this up, pull water out, fill it up. It's one of my plants. Another plant over here. Then up here is Vegeta, who is our male yellowtail Crebo. I'm going to be very careful because this snake is mean. If I'm not taking him out, he can be very mean, but he doesn't even notice that I'm here right now, so that's cool. Yeah, this is Vegeta. I actually just posted a couple of pictures of him and Bulma on my Instagram earlier this morning. So that is our male yellowtail Crebo. Down here is our male black-tailed Crebo, Guts. He is the father of our Crebo, our first Crebo clutch that is from the female that we showed you guys earlier. So he is chilling over here. We just redid his enclosure fairly recently with a much more naturalistic substrate that he can like dig in. And so, you know, as you can see, this substrate layer is much deeper than it is up here. We're kind of going to do the same thing up here. Once it gets a little warmer out is kind of what I'm thinking because I really need to be able to take things outside and give myself room in here. But anyways, yeah, that's our 2 adult male Crebos are here. Down here is our Argentine boa, our female Argentine boa. She's chilling right there. Now this snake is, I don't know, I love this snake. It's been getting pretty big. I mean, it's not huge. She's probably, if she stretches out in full length, she's probably, this is an 8-foot enclosure, so she's probably about 4 feet long if she stretches out fully. Moving on. Up here is our Dumerals boa that we just showed you earlier. Cleaned out the water bowl. It's still kind of chilling out here, so that's cool. We'll show you guys this snake again. Hopefully it doesn't freak out. But yeah, this is our female Dumerals boa. Moving on, down here is where we keep our lavender false water cobra. Go ahead and pull this out so I can show you her. There's our female false water cobra, being all sassy as normal. Snake is just filled with sass, man. You can see she's starting to stretch her neck out a little bit there. False water cobras will do this to, they sort of mimic cobras. Although it's weird, they're from South America and there are no true cobras in South America. But yeah, they will kind of mimic a cobra. They are rear-fanged venomous. They are slightly venomous. There's not a whole lot of studies done on their venom. So we'll just set this back in here for you. There you go. There's not a whole lot known about their venom. However, people that have been bitten by them and allowed the snake to chew on them, when I say chew on them, I mean the snakes are rear fanged, so they have like fangs kind of in the back half of their mouth. So to deliver venom, they kind of have to like bite and then chew on their prey a little bit. And if they do chew on you for a little bit, I have a couple friends that have been bit, and their entire arm swelled up, got black and blue. Pretty crazy. I've never really heard of anybody getting anti-venom or hospitalized over one though. So they're mildly rear-fanged venomous, but don't let that deter you from getting them. They're great. Down here, this is one of our Arizona black rattlesnakes, which is Crotalus cerberus. This one here is like, the colors in this thing are just crazy. I don't know if you can see, yeah, you guys can see. This thing's colors are just like out of this world. Chocolate brown. It's like a chocolate brownish color with like this like really cool tannish, peachish color in the middle. Anyways, down here is our white-sided Florida king snake. It is sort of dug up. It's just it's hiding underneath there. It's in shed, so I'm not really gonna mess with it. Over here is our Mexican black king snake, which this snake is also in shed. So I'm not going to pull it out, but this is the Mexican black king snake enclosure. Over here used to be where we kept one of the leopard geckos until the leopard gecko incident. And now this here is where I keep the gaboon viper, who, as you can see, is very much blended into its environment. So yeah, this is our female gaboon viper. I love this one because it's got a lot of pinks and reds and purples on it. Like you can see back here, like the purple on the pattern. Yeah, you probably didn't even notice that was a snake, huh? But yeah, that's part of the pattern of the snake. And this is a really pretty snake. Like this thing's cool. These guys here don't generally move a lot. They don't use hides. They just kind of bury themselves in a deep substrate, and so that's why there's not really anything in here. Just kind of likes it like that. Up here is another one of our Arizona black rattlesnakes, Crotalus cerberus. Just chilling up on this piece of wood here. Surprisingly chill. The snake is usually kind of sassy, but it's kind of chilling right now, so that's cool. This is yeah, Arizona black rattlesnake. And then up here is a baby timber rattlesnake. Up and underneath here, you might be able, yeah, there we go. You can see him a little bit up underneath there, chilling. We won't mess with him too much either, but this is his enclosure. Actually, I do believe it is a female. I keep saying him, but I do believe this is a female now. Timber rattlesnake. Over here is some plants, a bucket with sand in it, and then my my cart with all my my good tools and stuff in it, heat guns and everything that I kind of need while I'm in here. Over here we have another thermostat. Let me turn on the light here so you guys can see. All right. In here we have, where are they? Oh, they're all up there. In here is our Western Diamondback enclosure, which I love. There are two western diamondbacks tucked up underneath there. One of them is the pastel. And then up there is another one. And then I don't know where the bubble gum is. The bubble gum is probably, honestly, she's probably all up underneath this whole mess in here. So yeah, that's where that is. That's our western diamondback enclosure for now. Now, when they all get a little bit bigger, they'll all get their own individual enclosures. Just in case anybody was wondering about that. I will do that. I'm not going to keep 4 adult western diamondbacks in a 4x2. That's kind of ridiculous. Down here is our like jungle floor / forest bioactive thing that I kind of threw together. There's like just a bunch of bugs and some hissing cockroaches and some plants and stuff in there. Honestly, I'm probably going to move the Florida white-sided king snake into here. Maybe. Yeah, I think I'll probably move that snake in here, to be honest with you. Either that or I'll end up breaking this enclosure down and using it for another snake and kind of doing a similar sort of jungle theme in the Florida king snake's enclosure. This enclosure, I just kind of threw it together. I had all these pieces of wood laying around. I had extra substrate, and this enclosure was empty. So I was like, you know what? We're going to make a little bioactive thing. Or, you know, maybe I'll turn it into the western diamondback tower over here. Then circling around, actually, let's go back over here real quick. Back here is kind of, I don't know if you guys noticed before, there used to be a big table here, and it kind of cluttered up a lot of this area. And I like having room to be able to, you know, maneuver in here if I need to maneuver. So anyways, I put my chairs here. Our cooler that is, that I have to set up for our incubator. Got some pictures. My boy Johnny down there, and then me and Bennett when Bennett was young and not covered in tattoos, you know, pre-tattoo life. And then we got some plants and stuff up here. I got some fangs and rattles over here. My venomous trash can. Anyways, coming back over, this is where the table is now. I felt like this was a much better position for it. And I got a bunch of my plants on there. We're slowly starting to fill this up with more plants and get this, like, you know, some plants over here, here. Moving some from the rest of the house to out here. So yeah, this is some of the plants that we have. And moving over here, this is where one of the leopard geckos was. He's now in here. I'll show you him real quick. He's in this is a temporary setup for him until he's finished healing. As you can see, he got a little bit of a cut there going on, but he's chilling for right now, just until he heals up, and then this here is getting repurposed to be his enclosure. A lot of our electronics and lights are down in this tub here. Heat lamps, heat mats, stuff like that. And then we got all of our new hatchling tubs that we're going to be using for when the rattlesnakes come in. And then these will probably be used for cribos. Up here we got some Madagascar hissing cockroaches. I don't know if you can see them. You probably see them from the front better. If I zoom in. Yeah, they're like right there. Hissing cockroaches and such. There's nothing in here. There's nothing up here. These are all just empty totes. These are filled with sheds. This is a full length 8-foot plus cribo shed that I got. This here is the squam. He's chilling back there, a little Athera squamagera. This squam is either here or up in the tree. I mean, there's not really anywhere else for it to go, but yeah, that's kind of where it goes. And recently I planted this pothos in here, so hopefully it starts to take this over and it gets much greener in there. Up here is just empty. These are just empty bins that can be used as hides. This is also empty. And here is our Boega cyanea, our green cat-eyed snake, which is right there. That snake is about to shed. Oh yeah, he's about to shed. He was just in blue a few days ago, and I don't see a shed anywhere in here. So yeah, it's about to shed, which is sweet. It's right on the time where they start turning solid green. Now these things are so cool, man. They are a greenish blue with a black mouth and silver eyes. Now right now he's kind of like an orangish body with a green head, but the silver eyes and the black mouth, like, that is such a cool snake, man. Over here is our Namibian puff adder. Everybody loves this snake. There he is back there. It's the old Namibian puff. Over here is where we keep our dubia cockroaches. Down here is one of our leopard geckos named Astro. He is up in that cave right now, but yeah, in there is Astro's cage. Over here is just a bunch of isopods and stuff that we have. It's like a little it's a pewter, I think, or pewter orange isopod colony going on. This is my bite protocols here. This enclosure is empty. This enclosure is also empty. Down here is filled with a bunch of decor and cockroach food and just a bunch of odds and ends. And then also these here are all kind of empty. Just some extra stuff just laying around. So yeah, that's this back wall. This is the room. I have shown you guys everything in the snake room now. Oh, besides, we'll come over here. This is dog food for our dog. And this is my wall of hooks / utensils that are for all sorts of different things. I got all sorts of hooks and stuff. So yeah, hooks, tools are important when you're working with venomous snakes, and even when you're working with large colubrids. So anyways, yeah, this is give you guys the last little pan of the room. Just a nice little pan of the snake room. I guess it's a reptile room. We got more than just snakes out here. And this is yeah, that's about it. So this is gonna conclude the video for today. I'll go ahead and stop recording now after we check out this black timber rattlesnake one more time. And go check him out. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this 2025 snake room tour / update tour video. I really enjoy making these videos and hanging out with you guys, showing you guys all my animals. So if you guys want to support the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below what your favorite part about the video was. And then if you guys really want to support the channel, head on over to the link in the description below to our Teespring link and pick up some Death Daddy merch. It would be greatly appreciated. We're going to be doing, this is just kind of the first iteration of this merch drop. We'll have a couple more designs coming out, stickers coming out, probably some coffee cups, and maybe some hats or something like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys have no idea how much I appreciate it. I just got accepted into the partner program for YouTube, so we're about to be monetized, getting paid to make YouTube videos, which is really cool. Like, honestly, if you would have asked me 4 months ago if I was going to do this, I would have been like, nah, there's no way. But I just started recording videos and you guys all like it. So, and I really enjoy making these videos, showing you guys all my stuff. It's really cool. I'm out here all the time. Like, this tour that I just did is basically what I come out here and do like every day. I just kind of walk around and look at everything. And so recording it for you guys to enjoy is it's a real privilege. So thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And until next time, we're out of here.